Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. I'm Adam, moving away from the transfer talk today. Bit bored of all that, we'll return to that tomorrow. Today I'm talking about the Women's World Cup and the hypocrisy I've seen amongst fans and media alike in the coverage of the World Cup over the last couple of weeks. Now I haven't watched the World Cup, the Women's World Cup, much because whenever I've watched it, I've not been entertained, I've not enjoyed it, I found it quite dull, quite boring, and the level of football is pretty low, to be honest. If it was men's football, you'd have to compare it to non-league, Sunday league, you know, borderline semi-pro kind of level. It's not that great. So I haven't been watching it. People like myself that haven't watched it, that aren't sexist, but just haven't watched it, occasionally get called, oh, why aren't you supporting the women's game, blah, 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 you're sexist, this, that, and the other. That's not the case. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like much international football. I don't watch much of the men's stuff, apart from the major tournaments. Just don't like it. And many of these people that are saying, oh yeah, supporting England and all this and saying we should get behind the England ladies. How many of those people will be watching the club game, will be watching week in, week out the women's game, who will be paying for money for their tickets to go watch those games, supporting it? Not a lot. Not a lot. They'll be supporting it again in 4 years when the World Cup comes back around or when a major tournament comes back around. So stop all of that. Unless you're going to back it proper. Too many people jump on the bandwagon these days. Calm down. And then you got to look at the media as well. Talking about brave lionesses. This goes to the fans as well, actually. Talking about brave lionesses and boosting them so high and all this stuff. If you like back the men's team the same way you back the women's team, maybe they'd do better. Or is it that when the England women's game gets so high that it's on a level with the men's game, you'll start to knock them down then, and we'll see newspaper headlines about this woman's doing that, or sleeping with this bloke, or you know, this woman's out clubbing at this time of night, partying, whatnot. Is that when you'll start to knock them down once they reach that level? And if Phil Jones, like I said on Twitter, if Phil Jones scored an own goal in a semi-final of a World Cup, you think you'd be hashtagging brave lionesses? You'd want him dead. So all this hypocrisy needs to stop, especially if you want the women's game to rise up. Also, people like Manchester United, we haven't got a women's team. So clubs such as those, if we are serious about the women's game, then they need to get active and get involved and help promote women's sport and women's football. But all this part-time bandwagon business needs to stop because it's not helping anybody. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. Subscribe to McKola TV. I'll be back with some transfer talk tomorrow.